Hi, hello, welcome everyone. Welcome to Vishnu IAS. Today we are going to see another important topic, that is your World Solar Technology Summit ISA International Solar Alliance. This is an important topic for your GS paper as well as for your prelims also by Vishnu IAS team. Let's see what is there in the news. The International Solar Alliance ISA, they will organize the first World Solar Technology Summit on 8th September 2020 on a virtual platform. That is, ISA is going to organize the first World Solar Technology Summit on coming 8th September on a virtual platform. So what is the objective of this event is? The objective of the event is to bring the spotlight on the state of art technologies as well as the next generation technologies harnessing solar energy more efficiently. That is, the objective is mainly focusing on bringing the state of art technologies and also the next generation technologies to bring the interest over these two, that will provide or that will stimulate the efforts towards using the solar energy more efficiently. Let's see who are the key participants. The key participants mainly is the Prime Minister of India, Dr. M. Stanley Whittingham, and CEOs of the top global corporations. The Prime Minister of India is going to deliver the inaugural address of this first World Solar Technology Summit, that is to be addressed, that is to be graced by ministers from the member countries from across all ISA regions, okay, from all across all the countries across the ISA region, okay, ministers from these member countries is going to attend this summit, and Prime Minister of India is going to deliver the inaugural address. And next is Dr. M. Stanley Whittingham. He is a Nobel Prize winner who was awarded with the Nobel Prize in Chemistry with John B. Goodenough and Akira Yoshino in 2019 for revolutionizing the discovery of the lithium ion batteries. And the CEOs of the top global corporations, they will share their vision and how the scientific breakthroughs or the innovations that can be made commercially available to the all parts of the world for the wider consumption of the population. Okay, so they are going to share their vision on this. Next is the 4 sessions. The 4 sessions is actually, this event is going to take part in 4 technical sessions that will be available in 4 different languages, namely English, Spanish, French, and Arabic. In the 4 sessions, the first session is about Vision 2030 and beyond. In this, the overall context is all about the photovoltaic technology. This is how the picture of the photovoltaic technology usage. Okay, so the overall context is all about the photovoltaic technology and its future, and its way towards becoming the first source of energy worldwide. Okay, the PV technology development towards becoming the first source of energy worldwide, with the PV technologies supplying nearly 70% of the world's electricity generation. And next, the session 2 is all about towards a decarbonized grid. So that is the most recent advances, that is the conversion efficiency improvements and also a bit the declining cost. These are the most recent advances. So these most recent advances regarding the key components, so the key components are the PV modules, okay, the PV modules and storage technologies. Okay, so the key components, so the most recent advances regarding these key components is the second session. Next is session 3, which is the disruptive solar technologies. So in this, it's about the grid applications. Okay, so grid applications, whether ground mounted, floating, or integrated in residential and commercial rooftops. Okay, so this is about the disruptive solar technologies, how they are using the on-grid applications on the rooftop or floating, okay, ground mounted, integrated in residential and commercial rooftops. Okay, next, session 4 is about the solar beyond the power sector. This is on grid and off grid. This is on grid and this is off grid. Okay, so innovative applications where PV is used to move, heat, cool, and drive eco-friendly industrial processes, and they want to produce the fuels as well as off-grid applications. This is off-grid applications to provide the universal access to the energy. Okay, so they want to produce fuels as well as they have to use in off-grid applications for providing the universal access of energy. Okay, that is the main thing, that is solar beyond the power sector. They are going to use the innovative applications where PV is used in the eco-friendly industrial process and produce fuels. Next is IJOS. So what is this IJOS is? ISA, they would launch the journal, ISA journal on solar energy. Okay, ISA journal on solar energy, that is IJOS. Okay, so ISA would launch this IJOS, ISA journal on solar energy. So that is going to help the authors from across the globe so that they can publish their articles on solar energy during the event. And next is about the articles in this journal. Okay, that will be reviewed. Okay, the articles in the journal should be reviewed, right? So the articles in the journal would be reviewed by the global experts, and it will reach the member countries towards ISA's vast network. ISA's vast networks are NFPs, that is National Focal Points, under STAR, Solar Technology and Application Resource Centers. Okay, so through STAR centers or through NFPs. Okay, that those two are the ISA's vast network. So the articles in this journal that will be reviewed by the global experts, and it will reach the member countries through this ISA's vast network. Next, we are going to see about India's solar energy initiatives. So India's solar energy initiative is India's National Action Plan on Climate Change with National Solar Mission as one of the key mission. Okay, solar energy is playing very important role and has taken a central place in our India's National Action Plan on Climate Change. Okay, in this, solar energy is has taken the central place with the National Solar Mission as the key mission. Okay, National Solar Mission is a key mission in the National Action Plan on Climate Change. Okay, so through this NSM, it was actually launched on 11th January 2010. Okay, National Solar Mission was launched on 11th January 2010, and the objective is to establish India as a global leader in the solar energy. That is the main objective, to establish India as a global leader in solar energy. How it's going to do it is by creating the policy conditions for solar technology diffusion across the country as fast as possible, as quick as possible. Okay, they are going to create the policy conditions for solar technology diffusion. Okay, that is the main objective of the NSM. And next is it targets on installing 100 gigawatts grid connected solar power plants by the year 2022. Okay, so its main target is installing 100 gigawatts grid connected solar power plants by the year 2022. And this is in line with India's intended nationally determined contributions, INDC's target. That is, the target of INDC is to achieve about 40% of the cumulative electric power installed capacity, that is also from non-fossil fuel based energy resources, and also to reduce the emission intensity of its GDP. Okay, so in order to achieve this target, the government has come up with various schemes to encourage the generation of solar power in the country. Okay, so such schemes like solar power scheme, canal bank and canal top scheme, bundling scheme, grid connected solar rooftop scheme, etc. Okay, these are the schemes, various schemes launched by the government to achieve the target. Next is solar capacity has increased more than 11 times in the last 5 years, from 2.6 gigawatts in March 2014 to 30 gigawatts in July 2019. Okay, so solar power capacity is also increased more than 11 times. Okay, from 2014 to 2019. And recently 750 megawatt solar project has been inaugurated already. Okay, so it has been inaugurated. So the 750 megawatt solar project is inaugurated in Rewa, Madhya Pradesh. And India is an ambitious cross-border power grid plan. India has an ambitious cross-border power grid plan, one sun, one world, one grid. So this is seeking to address the transfer of solar power generated in one region. Okay, so the main thing is it is transferring the solar power generated in one region to feed the other places where the electricity is needed, where the electricity is demanded. So the power, it is seeking the transfer of solar power generated in one region to the other region. Okay. So next we are going to see about the International Solar Alliance. So what is this International Solar Alliance is? So the launch of this has been announced by Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, and former President of France, Francois Hollande, on 30th January 2015 at the 21st session of United Nations Climate Change Conference of the Parties, COP21 in Paris, France. Okay, so this was been announced by PM Modi and former President of France in the 21st session of United Nations Climate Change Conference of the Parties, COP21 in Paris. Okay, and it was conceived a coalition of solar energy rich countries, okay, which lie either completely or partially between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. Okay, so between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, so the region which lies between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, so they are considered as the solar resource rich countries. Okay, so it was conceived on a coalition of the solar resource rich countries to address the special energy needs. Actually, there are 67 countries signed and ratified this framework. Okay, 67 countries are there. The Assembly of the ISA is an apex decision-making body, that is, it comprises of the representatives from the member countries. There are 67 member countries in that, so it comprises of the representatives from each member countries. And the main aim of this is to lower the cost of technology and finance so that it can facilitate the development of over 1000 gigawatts of solar energy, and also it can mobilize nearly US dollar 1000 billion into solar power by 2030 in the member countries. That is the main aim, and the solar is a key source of affordable and reliable energy. Thus, it could play a significant role in achieving the Universal Energy Access Goal, SDG 7, Sustainable Development Goal 7. So that is, solar energy is important and it is a key energy which is affordable and it is also reliable. So it can play a very important role, significant role, so that we can achieve the Sustainable Developmental Goal 7, Universal Energy Access Goal. Okay, so next is the Government of India is also have already allotted 5 acres of land to this ISA in the National Institute of Solar Energy, NISE campus at Gurugram, and it has already have given the sum of amount nearly 160 crore for creating the corpus fund and also for building the infrastructure and meeting the day-to-day recurring expenditure of the ISA up to the year 2021 and to 2022. Okay, so it's already they have given the sum of 160 crore for creating the corpus fund and building the infrastructure also. That's all. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe our channel. Do subscribe our channel and join our Telegram channel link to get info about the daily current affairs. Thank you.